everyone, I'm your host, and today we be taking a look at the top 10 darkest facts in human history. Number 10, the dancing plague. In July of 1580, people started dancing uncontrollably in the streets of Strasbourg, France. This went on for 5 days and 5 nights. Many people danced themselves to death. They couldn't stop even if they wanted to. It was like their bodies were possessed by some sort of dancing mania. There were so many people affected by this dancing plague that it just kept going. Even after the ones who were strong enough to stop eventually did and collapsed right there on the street, exhausted and sometimes dead. No, 9 live burial. When I think of ancient cultures, I think of all the amazing things they created and how they lived. But one really dark thing they did was the practice of burying people alive. Now, this wasn't done just to regular old people. These were human sacrifices that were buried alive to please the gods. Imagine being buried alive, knowing you're going to die, and then having to deal with whatever deity you're trying to please. No! 8 Auschwitz experiment. During World War II, Nazis took a lot of people to the infamous Auschwitz concentration camp. One of the most horrific things they did there was use twins as subjects for experiments in the name of science. They wanted to see what would happen if they injected them with certain things, cut them up, experimented with their organs. The twins were tortured in every way imaginable, and there was no anesthesia, no mercy. Number 7, the Black Death. The Black Death was a terrible outbreak of bubonic plague that started in 1346 and wiped out about 200 million people. That's a quarter of the entire population of Earth at the time. The bodies were piled up in the streets as there were just so many people dying. It was impossible to keep up with the amount of people dying and the amount of work it would take to bury them all properly. No. 6. Cannibalism during sieges of cities. Things can get really bad. There's not enough food. People are starving and some people will do really bad things to get food. Parents have been known to eat their own children when there's no other source of food available. Siege of Leningrad during World War II is especially known for the horrible things people had to do because they were stuck there and could unleave. More than 1 million people died of starvation. No. 5. Boiling as execution. This was a form of capital punishment in medieval times. People were boiled alive. Well, actually, they were usually thrown into a vat of boiling water or left to die very slowly as the water was heated up. Either way, it was a long and painful death. Number 4, Nazi human lampshades. Another horrible thing Nazis did was make lamps with the skin of their victims. This was a symbol of wealth and power for them. They thought that using human skin made these lampshades special and unique. Imagine seeing a lampshade made of human skin. Would you buy it? Would you use it? No. 3. H.H. Holmes, Murder Castle. H.H. Holmes was a serial killer in the late 1800s. He built himself a murder castle with traps and secret rooms and a gas chamber. He lured his victims in and trapped them in here. He had everything he could ever need to kill someone and dispose of their body. It's no wonder he was nicknamed Dr. Holmes. No. Unit 731. Unit 731 was a secret Japanese biowarfare lab in the early 1900s. They did live human beings, meaning they would cut people open while they were still alive to study their insides. They also tested for frostbite, but wouldn't give their test subjects any painkillers. So, needless to say, those tests were very painful. And coming in at no 1 today, rat torture. In ancient China, rats were used as a form of torture. The way this worked was the rats would be put into a small space with a lever and a bucket of water above them. As the rats tried to escape, they would pull the lever, which would drop the bucket of water onto the person below, crushing them. Also, during the Holocaust, rats were used to torture people as well. Thanks for watching. That was 10 of the darkest facts in human history. I've been your host. Join us next time for more lists and scary things. See you then.